suck my dick. I'm out here, my nigga. I got a couple of rhymes. I fell back, you done showed me a couple of signs. I done heard niggas talking a couple of times. They ain't happy for you, man. Get rid of them cons. I cocaine cooking in the next room. He ain't out there, you gon' smoke it right there. Mom's hard working, putting food on the table, but this stupid motherfucker don't care. Young niggas barely out of high school, rap dreams to be a millionaire. Niggas fuck with you, but they never buy nothing to support you, so that mean they don't care. You don't know me, well my life like, but I'll make it one day. I keep moving, stay focused, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. I had a real cool guy ask me, what's the NF? Because you can subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. So when I tell people and I say it's Voice of Reason NF, what is the NF? No filter. You got to be able to say how you really feel and express your views without limitation, long as it's respectable and genuine. So that's the whole behind that. Because sometimes, because of who's listening or who's watching, you may feel a need to say, oh, let me kind of like water it down. And no, I believe you can be respectable, respected, and heard being your organic self. And that's the whole thing about being intelligent, creative, educated, and build from your experiences, because then you are able to articulate these things without being a savage verbally. Which I feel you still could be a savage verbally without, being disrespectful. So anyway, that's that for that. How's everyone? Summer's kicking full stream. Hope you're enjoying. I joked and said, once July 4th passed, it's over. I don't want to sound dark in your dreams or out there. Some people wait till 4th of July to really get it going. You know what I mean? But either way, nonetheless, I hope you're enjoying these summer months. Events out the gang, barbecues, etc. Enjoy. You're on your grind, you get to enjoy as well. You have to have balance to do the things you like to do, to even out the things you have to do. Copy? All right. Let's go right in. Switching your mentality from why is this happening to me to what is this trying to teach me is a game changer. So there's transitions. I'm not judging anybody when it initially happens. When something initially pops off, it goes left, or whatever's going on in life that took a turn, aka went left. The beginning of that does sound like, why is this happening to me? So in life, there's adjustments. The more experiences you get, you adjust quicker, hopefully. But initially, you are human. So when something pops off, I get it. If you have a moment of, why is this happening to me? You must transition to, what is this trying to teach me? You must. Because the longer you sit in, why is this happening to me? It's going to pull you down slowly. The things that you need to do, because life goes on. You see, that's the thing about when things happen to you. You realize how small of a percentage you mean to the world in that example, not period, because you can create value and do for others and rise that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying in your own personal, just because something changes in that, life still continues. So, yeah, you could sit for a minute. You could need a moment. But you got to use this positive. What is this trying to teach me? So you could get back and catch back up in the race. Because life is like a marathon for real. People are all moving at different paces, but they're moving, right? So you could have had a good lead. You could have been in the good rankings of this life called marathon. Then something slows you down. But you got to get back in there. Can't fall too behind. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting a time frame on this. Just acknowledge this and know whatever happens, foul, whatever you're not comfortable with, what is it trying to teach you? Because I'm pretty sure it's room for growth and leveling up. If you pay attention, you're allowed to process. You process it, and then you elevate from there. Because again, life is lifing, right? So I definitely feel like the mind is the strongest part of the body in a lot of cases. So, and it go. You know, if you don't seek control of it through whatever channels, meditation music, meditation, audio books, or any kind of encouraging, positive listens out there. Voice of Reason, NF, can help you kind of channel the strength that your mind has. Got me? All right. Treat yourself well while not harming others, and treat others well while not harming yourself. Balance. You know what I mean? You come first. You know, there's many examples. You know, people can question, debate, especially if you have kids or people you take care of, right? So, with an honest, loving person, you may notice outside looking in that they may be putting in a little more work for others than their actual self. And they spend years, sometimes their entire life. And if you really sit back and they made a movie, well, that would be a hell of a movie. That should be how years in length. I don't know how much they can narrow down your life, but they can. So that's besides the point. And you see that you've helped a lot more, and you kind of put your shit to the side. And then everybody you helped, when they came to you, they may not have had that same energy, right? So, please, one of the most important people to me is a huge example of that. But we're not going to go there, right? You got to know when. Again, I'm not judging the time frame. It's like the first topic, I mean. You're going to get there, but you got to know you come first. This challenge of helping everybody else and leaving you for last, I know. And some people are just genuinely helpful, nurturing, supportive. I can't believe I'm saying that in the sense of you don't really see it as often as I want to describe it. I'm describing it in a positive note like it's everywhere. It's really not. But for the people who are, you have to chill. Really sit back, take a moment, and see that, yo, do right by you. Go hard for you the same way you go hard for people. What? Whether it's to impress them, whether it's just you. I'm not going to make it all negative, but treat yourself. However that looks. You got to enjoy your company. Reward yourself for things well beyond the measurements of others. To me. which contradicts this a little bit because it's saying to balance it out. But I'm saying for the people who've been doing for others for so long, you know what I mean? Now take that moment and go on like a hiatus for everybody else and do right by you. So that's me stepping outside of it. But if you're able or you've come across this type of statement before and you've already made adjustments, then you can now balance it out. So yes, treat yourself well while not harming others. It doesn't mean to spite people, be rude to people, cut everyone off. You can, listen, that cut everybody off is not really that you're cutting them off. If you take a moment for yourself, you may just not be able to reach out as much or hang out as much. It's not really a cutoff. You feel me? So you don't want to harm others, but more importantly, you don't want to harm yourself. So you can't sacrifice and have to question your integrity because you're trying to please Paul, John, and Samantha. I just picked any random names. It's important to realize this, notice this, what's going on. Is this you? Can you already vouch that you're like this? That you treat yourself well while not harming others, and that you treat others well while not harming yourself? It sounds, it sounds simple enough, but you'd be surprised. You'll be surprised that it's not happening that way. Now, the ones who just care about themselves only, you got more work to do, I think. Because I don't think you know how to process this statement as far as harming others. Because if you're all about you, all of the time, for any stretch of time, you probably indirectly harm some folks. And harm don't mean physical. Get it? So I think the easier task is to come from always helping others and forgetting about yourself to now saying, wait a minute, and now focusing on yourself. I feel like that's easier than if you was always about just yourself and now you got to help others. So the one who's selfish, sorry to say that's what that's called, you got more work to do. But hopefully you up for the task because you got to have balance. I ain't saying you're going to help every Tom, Dick, and Gregory. More random names. But you can't not. You feel me? Like, this world, this earth holds too many folks. You really think you can operate and maneuver and not interact or help out directly or indirectly? You know, that's how the world operates better. The more people are engaging and helping and looking out for one another, it won't be this whole kumbaya thing. That's difficult. People are very strong-minded in how they believe, whether it's right or wrong. You feel me? So the differences of opinions can be a negative effect. Because if that's how strongly they think about things, that's what separates people in a way. It's good to have your own opinion. It's good to have your own way that you go. But sometimes it could negate the situation if you don't have an open mind. So that's dope. Treat yourself well while not harming others, and treat others well while not harming yourself. Stick to the plan, not your mood. All of this ties together beautifully. So I don't know what headspace you're in when you create your plan. I don't think it really matters. I won't judge that. Sometimes things are well, but could be better. So you're like, yeah, I'm on it. And sometimes things took a turn, like I said in the beginning, and you're like, I'm on it. Either way, once you got the energy for that, and you actually got something planned, you're human. There's a day, a moment, an hour that might throw it off. Cool. But you can't let your mood / emotion sabotage this. You got something here. I'm telling you now, I don't even know what it is. My word. You got something there. Whatever you planning, whatever you plotting, it's going to happen. Feel me? I'm here to tell you that. But you can't let your mood railroad that. You know what I mean? You have a moment, an hour, a day maybe. Every day don't look the same. You get up. You glad you got up. But you know whatever goes on in that said day is different possibly from other days. And how you handle it and how you process things, etc. But you can't let the mood, just cause you're not feeling 100 maybe, or interaction with people kind of throwing you can't let that really take you off your course, because then, this plan self-destruct, you know what I mean? And that is so key with treating yourself well while not harming others, and the vice versa. But we get easily distracted. To keep our focus is already a challenge. I'm talking about even when you don't really got a full game plan. Even if you just day to day it, winging it, you still lose focus sometimes, even in that simplicity, right? So work on that from when you didn't even have the plan. If you don't have a game plan right now, focus on not losing focus in your simple day to day. So when you develop a plan, it'll be harder to lose focus because you already was practicing. Huh? Right? Sometimes you gotta proactive, not reactive, right? The cart is never before the horse first, right? So try to lock in with that. It's a simple sentence, but holds so much meaning. Stick to your plan, not your mood. I'm telling you, if you really digest that, you can get your goals met. What do you know about yourself now that you didn't know about yourself 5 to 10 years ago? Any window, you know what I mean? It could go further than that if you wanted to. Probably this is the promo. Do I know the time exact? I'll figure it out. But this is where I need you guys. If you care to share, you can leave it in the comments. Email me, DM me, or whatever if you don't really want it on blast. But this is definitely a group type of discussion that I'm just gonna give mines. I analyze more. I overthink more. I admit it. Maybe that was always there, but this is the maturer version of it. Things that I used to get entertainment from, things I used to think would elevate my mood or elevate how good I felt. Those things I used to chase, it don't hit the same no more. You want me to stop being mysterious? Okay, in my interaction with women, let's just keep it a whole buck. Who know me? Huh? Who know me? Anyway, a lot of guys could probably admit to this. Will they? I don't know. People who are on their best behavior now sometimes try to ignore and really sweep under the rug where they came from. And you can, but it's not forgotten by you or whoever was interacting with you at them times. So I'm going to keep it a buck. Yeah. So, and I could charge it to being younger, hormonal, and all that. So interaction with women again. It was this conquer, get as many as you can, get different varieties to see what you really like and what you really want. What is that it factor? And I'm sorry, ladies, to get the it factor or to find out what a guy really thinks he wants and what will satisfy him long term, he has to go through this. All right. He wants to. All right. He may need to go through a roster just to pick out, or at least have an understanding of himself to know what type of woman he likes. You know, a lot of us guys have wasted time chasing thrill, fun, what feels good alone, and not really sculpture or mold the knowledge of what he really needs and what he really wants. It's just all a feel thing. And that's why you don't really develop who your almost perfect match. I want to be that positive. Almost perfect match could be because of the distraction of the feel. But all of that interacting is supposed to teach you, like, okay, so I don't really think this one's this one's for me long term. I'm noticing what I like. I'm noticing what goes well with how I think, my goals, my path. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, not to get off course here. So yeah, definitely that with the entertainment of the women. You know what I mean? Just to engage used to really boost my vibe, adrenaline, excitement. And I used to love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. The more I engaged, it was like, all right, yes. And because the feedback I got mostly was good. You know, once you haven't slighted people, once there's no misunderstanding, once it doesn't go left, those are the enjoyable moments. Because with everyone I've interacted with, far as a female, pretty much they all gave me the same energy, that they thought I was dope. Before anything goes left, before whatever, all that political shit. So I used to get thrills out of that. You know what I mean? Mixed with whatever grown stuff we do. You feel me? So that has changed for sure. Some of it, a inkling of it remains, a pinch, as far as like just engaging verbally. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely a people person, and you know, some may say I'm still flirty, like I'm the same way. Maybe. Whatever. Your view of it is cool. But it definitely don't hit the same. I'm definitely doing the analyzing and the overthinking pretty much from the rip. And so whoever I engage with, I'm paying attention. That's not a threat. You're supposed to do that. I think women are better at doing that. Now, whatever they choose to do with it, because of feelings and emotions, may set them back a little bit. But I salute the women in that analyzing and overthinking and paying attention. I feel like a lot of them do. Now, what the actions are may say something different. But that's really it. If I had a group, I probably could sit here and dig up some other things, like how you spend your money, right? Your patience. Not everyone goes in the positive direction of that. I feel like earlier on, when I guess life seems simpler, you may have had more patience. And now when you realize how tough it is out here and how time is valuable and how you have to spend your time and align your time, your patience may have dropped. So I'm not going to speak for others again, but for me, I do feel like my patience has dropped. You feel me? It's definitely not as strong as it was. And for people who know me over 20 years or so may say, Negro, you was never patient. But whatever that is, whatever, cool. But just know it's worse. So that's it. Yeah, so the financial, as far as trying to budget your money and spend wisely, has had a change for sure. Again, the chase of women interaction. The chase of women's interaction has shifted for sure. Patience. And other things that used to just entertain you that don't anymore. You know, I'm not gonna like single anything out. You know, somebody I was an associate, I was a colleague, let's say, I was engaging with said, you know, give me an example, like, you know, the reality shows, you know, that don't hit this. You know, some people never was into that, but like if you did slightly entertain that, now it's like, who cares? It's like when people come to me with celebrity updates, like they human. I don't wish them no harm, but like that don't really, you know, float my boat. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my own problems. They got rich people problems. And it might sound bitter. It might sound like a little bit of hate, but whatever. It's not really for me. So I don't really need to know the latest. You want to know something I'll expose? I'll go listen in my next couple of days. But shout out, and it's rare, Kendrick Lamar and the They Not Like Us video. I seen it. My son was trying to get me to watch it. I seen it finally. I'll keep it. I'll have a confession. That whole Kendrick Drake beef or whatever, bar for bar, I heard like one song, maybe each, and I don't even remember what I heard. So I didn't even really pay attention to that. That shows a little sign of change as well, because from back in the day, the Jay-Z, Nas, the D Block versus State Prop, and all of those other beefs, I paid full-blown attention to. Even up to the Eminem ones, and those are not really valuable, the Benzinos and the all the way up to Machine Gun Kelly. But it seems in this day, and I do music, it's crazy, that I didn't pay attention. And I don't want to really charge that to, you know, what I know about myself. Maybe it's just the timing of it and, you know, what I had going on. Because people sometimes are up to date with a lot of things when their life is normal. But when shit change, you ain't got time. Like, all right, I'll get to that. It's on the internet. It'll be there. That's another mentality. It's like when you go to break your neck to want to know something or find out something, you know that once it's on the internet, it's going to be there, right? So you could check it at your own time. It's not like this pressure of, I want to be up to date like everybody else. Like you chasing people's validation because you know what's going on. Picture that, right? So I'm going to end it there. Leave it for y'all to tell me how y'all feel about yourselves now versus 5 to 10 years ago. Not even feel, you know, what you know about yourself. All right, cool. This was given to me too. Career women want husbands but don't want to be wives. I don't want to sit here for an hour. Bottom line is, when you have to take over and do all the things yourself, notice I'm not singling out man or woman, period. When you have to step up by yourself and cover all bases, that is going to come with some masculine energy, maybe a little bitterness, maybe a little darkness, mixed with some good energy, especially with kids. Now, I'm still going to take time on this because if you don't have kids, everything being on you isn't the same. Yeah, there's still pressure to survive because, I don't know, honestly, when you grow up and you're a full-blown adult, but you had a support system, you have a decent family, y'all get along, y'all hang out. So, yeah, you may have to take responsibility for yourself at a large number, but you still have that support, or you should, if you grew up in a nice, you know, size family. Even if even if your parent was a single parent, you know what I mean? If you had aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. So that type of person who still has to step up and do for themselves should still have good energy because of the support system behind them if it remains. Kid or no kid. That's the thing. Kid or no kid. That's rare. I know you see that rare because, you know, depending on who has the kid, who's a single parent, they may still harbor some masculine energy, some bitterness, even with the support. But I would hope not, that they would use the support as a plus to keep them whole. So that's significant. So now the career woman, so let me bring it back to the actual. So let's take the career woman who has kids, right? No support system. She has to do everything. She has emotions as is. Even if things are 90% smooth, she still has emotions. And she still has to be a little masculine to be the leader and only leader, especially with a child, right? Now, the career woman who don't have kids, it's like a little bit more dangerous because it's like, okay, you don't have kids, probably chose that path maybe to chase your career. So now you obtained that gave you the fulfillment you were seeking, and now you want to settle down and get married. So it's cool to say when and to decide. This is your life, your table of contents, right? So you don't realize, ladies, or maybe you do, and it's like, I'll adjust accordingly. But when you've been a career woman, that also takes masculine energy. Yeah, you can't really dodge it. Like even the most softest sounding, tender woman out there and the most low voice, humble, nice guy, which I'm a total I advise you not to be. Good guy, not nice guy. But anyway, even these two levels of like calm, safe, wouldn't hurt a fly. If they have a career or they out there getting it, there's some masculine in both. So to achieve and to have success, which we have these discussions millions of times, you gotta be a little masculine. Success is masculine. Sorry. Even the most successful women. Don't be naive and say you're not. But anyway, it doesn't have to be in the forefront and that noticeable where it takes away from your womanhood. You feel me? Not hood, but feminine. Right? So it is what it is with that. But career. Now you've been doing this for however long. It's going to change you indirectly. You may not notice it because it works. It's been working for you. You're able to pay your bills. You're able to survive. Them lights don't go out. You feel me? Especially with the kids. I don't want to keep like separating whether you have kids or not because it's still a mentality that you have whether or not. It's just a little bit more amplified with the kids, right? So if you want a husband, you have to choose wisely and see if y'all align and that husband understood your journey. And you got to understand that you have to dumb it down now. Can you adjust immediately so it takes no blows? That's the thing. You could be how you was because you had to survive. But once you meet that energy, that entity, and you like, damn, I'm feeling this right here. You feel me? You got to dumb it down immediately. Almost immediately. It don't take no unnecessary blow. If you able to adjust, oh shoot, that's what I want. That I feel that right there. So let me regroup myself. You know what I'm saying? And then it could work. So I think the problem with them not wanting to be wives is that they don't immediately believe that they found the right one. Some of them feel like they got a jinx or some negative shit where they've gone on so long without it, or they so locked in with their career that they don't deserve it. They may think they don't deserve it. They may say they do deserve it, but don't want to do the work for it because they can always say, well, suppose it don't work. I got to still hold me down. So let me not fully turn the switch off in case this don't last. Which is a defense mechanism, and they do got to look out. The cost of living and survival today is so heavy on us that you kind of got to have in the back of your head that it's cool if I get my right partner, but I still need to have the rainy day shit. I ain't saying not to. Does it really have to determine your mood, though? Or distract you from how you should be moving in the current situation of having the right partner? You should still know how to operate there. But if you want to have this in the back of your head, like, I need to have something in case shit pop off, I ain't mad. I know dozens and even, yeah, dozens is enough, of people that got some stash or got something planned in case of. It's sad if you want to say, oh man, organic, authentically, if you got your right partner, what's the need? But shit happens every day. Shit switch like that. So I ain't saying that, but it goes back to this balance thing. You just gotta balance it out to the best of your ability. So career women, you want a husband, on that initial contact of feeling that energy, you're gonna have to start the reprogram that you're gonna have to tranquila. You know what I'm saying? So if you can make that adjustment, you'll be fine. But I know that this statement arose because a lot of women don't want to make that adjustment. Some are justified. They just feel that guarded. Like, if I fall back and this mofo don't, you know what I mean? Cool. Women probably have a lot of stories of allowing dudes in that thought was the one or could lead, and they fell short. So I'm kind of neutral with that. I understand that a lot don't want to be wives, but some, their hand is forced. You know what I mean? But I don't excuse the fact that if you gonna always have that little paranoia about it, and you too shaky with the trusting, not to be funny, maybe you shouldn't get married. I gotta be honest. Men pay all the bills in their mind. Women can slightly help, but majority of the bills is men. So whatever women out there that debate that, this mentality was going on way before your mama was born. Listen to me. I'm talking about whoever says this. This was going on before your mama. Mama's mama. Mama's mama. Mama. The mentality isn't a negative mentality. I know it today. Narcissism, control. These are the words that start to pop up in the brain when you hear this type of statement, because you think that it's being done to obtain control. It's a big thing with this word control and narcissism, sorry. Money changes the dynamic of a lot of things, too many things. The watered down version, Federal Reserve note. The real version, the root of all evil. Money dictates so much more, and I'm sad to say it, than it should. It really changes shit in a blink. So, yes, today's average man, millennial and up and whatever those words are, Gen Z, whatever the fuck, the mentality is different. So women, again, using emotions and paranoia, is saying that, nah, because if I allow this mofo think he could run me. It's not enticing for some. Some women, they got an agenda and they built for it tough and will challenge the shit out of it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna let this dude do all of that. He ain't controlling me. He could try. I'm out here. You know what I mean? That's toxic. You feel me? Like, it's good to look out for you and have a defense mechanism, but that shit is toxic. So either way, we're at a disarrayment here, because it's like the women who go, nah, I got my own, go back to career women. That's kind of bad, because the man is the leader, is supposed to hold it down. It's not, listen, in the U.S., I'm going to say U.S. and not single out New York, because everywhere is becoming expensive. You need an income partner. You probably need it. Everybody. It helps for sure. So, cool. You want to contribute and hold a certain percentage where you feel you won't get taken advantage of? Because again, money. We use that for leverage. Sorry, women. I think women use it more. Because men, if men were supposed to provide from well before we was born, them motherfuckers is just bozos that think that that shit should change completely. You know what I mean? But with women, they using their money for leverage in the sense of if they bring something to the table, they're protecting their psyche and to say, well, I bring something to the table. There's no way he could try to control me because I contribute too. And without me, he's not running shit. Not everyone thinks this way. I hope very few think this way, if none. But that's the thing about money and survival. It's real trippy. So it's not nothing I can really stamp for sure. But this mentality should not be a surprise. It shouldn't be strange. It shouldn't be weird because that's what I know. I grew up and that's what I saw around me. So it's just politics, right? So we always question presidents, governors, mayors, etc. You know, but we know what they're responsible for. Do they handle their business? Almost never. But we know what they're supposed to be doing. So take it that same way, ladies. Cut it out. Like, really get out your feelings for a second. What is the man supposed to be doing? Damn, this might be the promo. Ladies, what is the man supposed to be doing? Honestly, in a relationship with you, what gives you fulfillment and the true happiness where you like life is the bomb right now? Keep it a buck. Some are gonna not keep it a buck, man. Y'all gonna sit here. It's fulfilling to provide for myself and be able to pay 50% of the bills at the minimum. And, you know, I got drive. I got ambitions. Cut your shit. Cut your shit. When I say cut your shit, I don't mean that you haven't proven that or show that you can bang with the fellas. You women are high earners as us today, ambitious as us. Y'all getting it. I think it's beautiful if I was your friggin' sibling or cousin or family member. Dope. Stand on your own too. 10 toes down. Especially taking care of the kids. Like, I applaud what that looks like on paper. Salute to women for real for that. Like, wholeheartedly. But when it comes to this dynamic, we don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to you because you're not getting it. It's cool for you. If you want to really sit in your bubble and say that brings you fulfillment, cool. But what is the man supposed to be doing for you? I feel like if y'all can control a narrative and, all right, it takes a lot of technical tests, a psychological test, all these tests to prove to you that he's genuine and there's no motive and he ain't narcissistic, then I bet you fall the fuck back and go, yeah, it feels better when he pays all the bills. Maybe not. It's still going to get challenged. There's no win here. What I'm saying is this statement is well before us. Before there was a fucking YouTube, I tell you that. Before Instagram, before Facebook, before MySpace. I'm getting a little animated there with that. But the point is, that's the mindset. Now, whether guys carry that out, handle their responsibility, show good character, you know what I mean? Show good upbringing, show traditional values, then they don't do that. And I'm not even going to throw them under the bus like a lot of them just off rippers like that. A lot of them have done this. Numerous. And it ain't turned out right in their favor. And yeah, I can get on them to say, yo, you just chose the wrong one. But when they're reluctant to not be like this or to be like this, reluctant to be, or hesitant to be, should I say. They just need a minute. But if they're really organically traditional or have values, it will eventually come back that that's how they need to be. So it's the timing of everybody interacting. You know, woman during her career run, woman through her mentality of, I got this, I could do this myself. Then they meet the guy who's done it a couple times and it ain't work. So now that bump heads because she's career and I'm going to get my bag. And he may want to entertain the fact that he'll take the help of the bills of the 50-50 shit, but they're not really organically happy because she's masculine a little bit because she's chasing. He's tired of helping out and it ain't fucking go nowhere. So that be the shit. Or he got over it and now he wants to provide again. But she's like, well, the last time I let a dude lead, they effed up. So now I don't want to trust the fact that he got it and I'm going to give him a hard time and not really give him the chance. But you're supposed to get rid of all that baggage before you start to entertain shit to begin with. But all of these clashes is of the wrong people. It's a clash of the wrong titans. You feel me? So you need someone who the guy knows it and he's over it, over all of the hiccups of doing the manly traditional things, but have a slight open mind to allow his woman, and that's why it says help a little, to contribute wholeheartedly. And then that woman has to say, he knows what he's doing. I trust it enough, not 100, enough to fall back a little bit. But it's work. Both parties working. Nobody has it easy. We don't just give you this statement and it goes, all right, easy sale. No, it takes work. But you got to really get back into the mentality, both parties, women. That's what men are supposed to be doing. Like, really, listen, economy, survival, I get it. Like, I can't argue the fact that women, we might need their help a lot more than traditionally. It just is what it is. But I just want you all to still retain this information that this is not a bad thing in the right hands. In the right hands with the right person. This is not a bad mentality. It's because y'all fear that a lot of wrong people, a lot of bozos will try to use this concept against you. Use money for leverage. Women, stop doing that. Don't think because you bring a bag to the table that you got to use that as your defense to say, this dude can't tell me nothing. Because look what I brought. You still need his guidance. What are we doing out here? What are we doing? Really take a minute to reflect on that and see what I'm saying. So I hope all of this was something y'all can use in your path, in your journey, when you're trying to find yourself, when you're trying to find what you want and how you moving in this world. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy. A lot of things are trial and error. A lot of things take planning. A lot of things, just have to work its way out. It's tough, I know. But hold on. And the patience, stick to your plan, not your mood, and things will turn around for you. I feel that way. So till the next time, stay productive, stay positive, stay pushing. Peace.